That's Luke, and that's Taylor. This is the tale of how they met. Some is her story, and the rest, as they say, is his story. They used to be strangers living in different countries 3,560 miles apart. But in the summer of 2012, a series of spontaneous decisions landed them at the same picnic table in upstate New York. This wasn't just any table, though. This was a table at Hillside Summer Camp, where they had both accepted jobs as counselors for 3 months that summer. Thanks to a lot of awkward icebreaker games, they got talking pretty quickly, and before long had grown rather fond of each other. Spending time together wasn't easy with 12 kids to keep an eye on, though, and was made more difficult with staff rules such as 3-second side hugs. But they found ways for it to work and always made the most of every kid-free weekend together. As the months rolled by, they drew closer and closer, but before they knew it, the day they had both been dreading had arrived. Their summer together had come to an end. It was time to part ways, with a promise to try to make the relationship work however they could. Things didn't start easily, though. Taylor flew to Australia on a study abroad program, while Luke set off to India, backpacking around the country for 3 weeks. Unable to get in touch during his time in India, or again when he returned to a week in a hospital with typhoid, they finally reconnected on Skype and promised to Skype every day until they saw each other again. And that's how things went for a while. Skype every day, studying at university, and working part-time jobs to save until they could afford another trip to see each other. This routine of only seeing each other a few times each year continued for 3 more years, and the distance was starting to take its toll. It was time to make a change. As they reached the end of their undergraduate studies, it became clear that they would both need a master's degree to prepare them for their future careers. So, in order to be together, they started to hatch a plan to find a university somewhere in the world that taught master's degrees in both applied behavior analysis and 3D animation. No easy task. As it turns out, there is one such establishment in the UK. The University of South Wales in Cardiff. So they both applied, both were accepted, and both moved to Cardiff, where they would finally live in the same place for the first time in their relationship. They spent an incredible year together, meeting lots of amazing people, falling in love with the beautiful city of Cardiff, and both graduating with distinction. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end, and once again, the time had come to part ways. But Luke had an ace up his sleeve. The ace of diamonds. He had the date in his sights for a long time. It was an obvious choice, really. A family trip to the gorgeous Greek island of Santorini, right at the end of their year together in Cardiff. So before departing, Luke secretly requested permission from Taylor's parents to ask her a very important question. They were on the island for 1 week for Luke's sister's wedding, but not wanting to draw any of the spotlight away from the new happy couple, he had to wait until the last day of the trip when they had left for their honeymoon. So at the end of the magical family vacation on the beautiful island of Santorini, Luke and Taylor walked hand in hand along the moonlit beach, reminiscing about their time together, at which point Taylor gave Luke the best opening he could hope for. "I love how your family treats me like I'm already an Angus." Luke, reaching into his pocket, got down on one knee and replied, "Well, why don't we just make you one?" And so that's how it happened. 2 strangers, living 3,560 miles apart, met, fell in love, and stayed together, overcoming all obstacles in their path to make it work. And they both lived happily ever after.